sequel nobody asked for.
Hello. It's a sequel nobody asked for. I'm a Justin nobody asked for. And then who else we got?
We got a Zack that nobody asked for.
Oh, wow. Zach's just worth 2 cents, or are you giving 2 cents?
I'm
What
giving
is
my 2 cents again. I gave him my
Okay.
2 cents like a couple weeks ago. Let's give him again this week.
Hey, there we go. We accept all forms of currency here at the sequel nobody asked for. We're going to be talking about video games. It's video game month for us. At least that's what we're doing most of our content around. We like sticking with these themes because then if you like the first one, then you got a whole month of it. If you don't, that sucks. We're streamlining all our stuff, guys. We're getting more editing done. We're gonna have multiple content releases a week. Follow us on TikTok. We've got all of our links in our link tree. It's going to be in the bio of all of our stuff. So yeah, go ahead. We got merch and stuff. Spooky content was just last month, and it was a fun time. We'll see if more's coming or not, but we'll see. Let's talk about video games. Specifically right now, we're going to talk about video game movies, current ones, past ones, and maybe even future ones. It depends on how things go. I think we should start with the elephant in the room, which is the Mario movie. What are your 2 cents? Your two
my
coins.
2 cents on that. There was a trailer that was released, like 2-minute trailer or something like that. My 2 cents on it was I just kind of like picked up what each actor was doing, like voice actor, because it's not live action, it's just animated. So I think to begin with, it's Bowser, played by Jack Black, and it doesn't sound like him at all. Like he does a very good job of masking his own voice and trying to get into just a character. So
and that's the biggest issue with all of them. It's a big list. The main goal was, I think, for them was don't sound like you.
Yeah.
Like, sure, you're gonna get the paycheck like you're you, but like, I know the first time I watched the trailer, that's what I thought too. Was hey, a lot of people I'm not gonna say all of them, but a lot of people. I'm like, who is that? Wait a minute, who is that? Oh,
yeah, I had to double check. I was like, that voice sounds somewhat familiar, but not really. Yeah, he did a really good job of covering it up, and just
I had to do that with all of them except for one.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Except for one.
Don't know.
There was one person who didn't really master their voice at all. Didn't even try.
Now, do you think that was on purpose? The elephant in the room that's Chris Pratt, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah. Do you think it's a Sonic thing where he's trying to make it for the hype?
The only thing he did right was he got the cadence right. Like he got like the way Mario hits every word in a sentence.
100%.
No fluctuation in his voice, but at least he hit it in the same beats. You know what I mean?
Okay, so he's it's like a non-melodic rapper where you're hitting the rhythm,
hitting the rhythm, but not the notes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He is spoken word poetry in Mario.
Exactly. And I had a little issue with it. Otherwise, I'm kind of excited for the movie, at least in the sense of more than I thought I was going to.
The whole trailer was done, I was like, it's worth a watch. Based on that,
100%.
Thank you, Jack Black.
I'm all about it.
Holding it together.
Yep. Keegan-Michael Key's in it, correct?
How did you like Charlie Kelly doing Luigi? I'm like, he didn't say anything. He didn't have any voice lines. He just probably I think he just went, oh, and that was it.
Yeah.
So that's not enough to judge his performance on. So
you mean Charlie Day, correct?
Yeah, that's what I said. Charlie Day Kelly.
Yeah, Charlie Day Kelly. But yeah, 100%. I'm all behind. I think it's funny that we had the same opinion because we did not discuss it.
Nope, didn't. No.
Which we line up on a lot of things. Definitely not everything, but we line up a lot of things for media-wise, at least. Some Star Wars stuff I know has been pretty on point. And then we get the weird runoffs as far as that goes. But like, it's just funny because I do believe that's the mass reaction from anybody I've heard is kind of along the same lines. And hey, if you're out there thinking the same
Give it a
stuff,
shot. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I go into everything
Get
with that.
over
And I
the
was
Chris
like,
Pratt thing. It'll probably work itself out.
I think he's either gonna stick with that or he's gonna
I don't think we can
drastically
do what
change
we
it.
did to save our boy Sonic, where we petition his eyes, or as much as we petition his voice.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
I would like to think
try really
so,
hard.
but I also think that if that's the case, they did it on purpose. I think it might be a marketing thing where
I
they
feel
go,
like it was just they wanted to
Like-
get rid of that stereotype. It was just like let's
Oh,
not
yeah.
be like hurt the Italians. It's just like
yeah,
okay,
but I don't think they had
No.
an issue.
but at the same time, if you ask Italians, be like, how do you feel about your boy? Did they massacre him? Your little plumber man, is he okay?
Is he still doing good?
Is he all right? Are you okay with this?
Yeah, it's true. It's a weird because when it got announced, that was kind of the thing was okay, don't do
I
racist.
remember the first thing I
thing.
asked you, I'm like, is Chris Pratt Italian?
Oh yeah, when was this a thing?
This is a
has to have
long.
been
I feel like this is almost a year ago. You're like, this is
Holy
it's gonna happen.
cow.
It's gonna become a thing. I was just like, is Chris Pratt Italian? I'm like,
I
is Chris
forgot
Pratt's
that I
wife
even
Italian?
is anybody
Is anything really? Is he like
anything
partial?
Italian? He likes pizza.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. He's on that strict
He's on that Arnold
Star-Lord diet.
Schwarzenegger diet. Yeah.
Yep. He's in Marvel. He's got Arnold Schwarzenegger as his father-in-law. I say we're gonna put a cap on that right there. So
Okay.
let's talk about movies in the past. What movies as far as video games go in the past?
Video game movies. In the
I know
past.
Mario movie. That was a thing. Did you ever see that one?
No, it was a thing. Never saw it.
It was a thing. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It was Spaceballs, basically, like
Yeah.
that weird aesthetic was that, but with Mario. That's how I thought of it. Where it's just a little off kilter, definitely obviously produced for the time, but
Wasn't it in the 80s?
I want to say I think it
The
was before
90s.
Spaceballs. I don't know the
Oh,
exact
80s.
time though.
Yeah. To the internet.
But yeah, it was the thing. It's nothing crazy. I'd say watch it if you haven't, if you really want to like prep yourself for
1993.
this. But
There you go.
yeah, it's a movie. Like some of the choices are weird. Like Bowser looks weird, Yoshi looks strange, Goombas look absolute.
But
Like
this was live action, though, right?
everything looks strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they could have went a different route, and they went a completely different route, and just things are
Wow.
not.
They
Yeah.
made it. They just made it look like a dude with weird hair.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that's Bowser.
Yep.
Normal
That's
looking
Bowser.
dude. It's the guy
Weird
from
hair.
Speed who's just like got the finger, like the dead man switch or whatever. That guy,
Yep.
if you know him, yeah.
It was a choice, and that's why this movie is gonna be weird. I know
It's got promise.
it's got promise. I think it's gonna do better than this one. Obviously, at the time, everyone loved Super Mario, so I'm sure. I know it did well in a sense, as far as like building a cult following, but we'll see. We'll
This
see.
trailer
I know,
looks like a real origin story.
yes,
Not like we have developed Dr. Mario, Squirrel Mario,
Yeah.
all that. Like it seems like very very
we
beginning.
just got popped into the world
Yeah.
of, and we'll see. We'll see. I know. I'm trying to think of video game movies that have been a thing. Doom was a video game movie.
Ooh, that was a good one. Too.
Yep, that wasn't bad
The
as
Rock
far as
was
like
in it.
adaptations.
Not that it even needed The Rock, but I
No.
feel like that movie did need Carl.
And that
Urban.
was predating
Yeah.
like rock supremacy.
Yeah. It was early Rock.
Yeah. So which made it cooler. I'm trying to think. It was Kid Rock. Before he was
Kid Rock.
It was
No,
before
Kid
he
Rock-
was big.
Kid Rock was like smelling what the Rock's cooking. That was Kid Rock.
Yeah. True. I can tell you Uncharted. I don't know if you saw that one. Not a fan. My thing was the amount of times somebody pickpocketed somebody and then was like, I have that thing that you're looking for, and that was a shtick maybe about 10 to 12 times in the movie. It just got old extremely fast. And I'm just like, I get it. You can all pickpocket. That's like the thing. It got me very, it made the corny factor go up.
It was a modern day National Treasure, just without Nick Cage. That's all I saw it
I
as.
get that. Which
not that that's
has
bad.
been-
It was like, hooray! I got to see the same type of film again.
oh yeah.
You know, but
I just couldn't get over that. Where like literally, I'm like,
you
okay,
can pickpocket.
the
You
scene,
can pickpocket.
yeah,
Okay.
and that
Mark Wahlberg. Oh my God, he can pickpocket too.
yeah, like that was the thing that made them all outstanding. Was like, I can pickpocket you, and then the people that were insanely good at pickpocketing were also getting pickpocketed. Like that doesn't make sense to me because you know the ins and outs of it. You would then have a defensive strategy to it never happening to you, and the fact that just like all these people that shouldn't have it happen to them still did. It was that didn't make me upset. Like I love Tom Holland. I don't like Mark Wahlberg in serious roles. I like him in comedic
Wrong
roles.
casting choice. We all know it should have
Yeah.
been Bruce Campbell, but
Okay.
Bruce Campbell's getting a little old. He's even retired from Evil Dead.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
pretty much. I think that role, he's just like, yeah, it's too much.
Just too much.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've done Resident Evil. Not
They
accurate
just did.
to the games.
They just
whatsoever,
did.
But
I haven't
Resident
seen
Evil is
Yeah.
pretty popular franchise.
Yeah.
So
They did the first real live action one with the
That
game
was
characters.
closest to-
With Leon, with I'm assuming Claire, I'm assuming Ada.
Mhm.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it
I
either,
heard
but
it
it
wasn't
looked
that good
very
either. It looked like they were going for like that spooky drama eeriness instead of what the video games are like. They have a
It's
mix
that,
of that,
but
and like
more.
half of it's like rocket launchers and explosions and exploding barrels. Like it's you're supposed to mix the two together, and it looked like they were just like, no, keep it like the first Resident Evil movie with like Marilyn Manson music, like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, the Mila Jokovic or whatever.
Yes.
She did a great job, but like,
Oh yeah.
it wasn't true Resident
It wasn't
Evil.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
There was a Monster Hunter movie, which never played Monster Hunter. Heard the movie was atrocious.
I don't know.
Didn't even want to deal with it. Oh, I saw a scene from it, and I was just, it was really bad CGI. A lot of stuff's getting pumped out lately, which I get it. They want to make their money. They're gonna need to make their money, like it's a business. But like some of these movies are just getting pumped out. That was one of them where I just didn't even want to touch it. Because I don't necessarily need to know the video game. Like, I didn't play Uncharted. I seen a lot from it, but like I knew it was a very cinematic thing, and I was excited for that.
Kind of added to it. Like there was never that brother element in Uncharted, and they just kind of added that to the film. I'm like, that's good. Like you're gonna have something to weave through these films, but it wasn't a thing in the games.
Yeah.
So.
Well, doesn't his brother show up, but it's like later? I
It's
could have
not
sworn.
it doesn't have the same thing,
like
I
closeness think. And because
Yeah,
I want to
it's
say
like-
I know he shows up, but it's like in like the third or fourth one. Like it's not even.
I played the third one. And he's not in that. That's the
Then
thing.
it
I don't
might-
think he's in it.
I could have sworn like there's a whole thing where like.
I am
they
not the
grow-
Uncharted expert. I've only played like one game.
Oh yeah. Oh, I haven't even played them. I just know I
Yeah.
think I watched a
It's all right.
playthrough of like the fourth one,
Mhm.
at least most of it, and it was like you start
I
off
feel like
in a
doing
nursery
Tom
or
Cruise
something.
Mission Impossible-esque type games. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, it's amazing looking games and seems very immersive. So like,
Yeah.
I just never had a PlayStation when they were popular, so I just didn't get into them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have. I don't hate solo. I like playing multiplayer games. I just do. I feel very lonely, like just playing a campaign. I don't know why. I just get.
But that's
I'm like,
that's what the
this is great.
PlayStation like system and the games
Yep.
that went with it. That's what they were for. It was just solo,
100%.
immersive games like Last
Ooh.
of Us.
Exactly. Last of Us. Did you hear anything about that?
Like the TV show that's coming out?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything good? Anything bad? Any comments?
I haven't seen a trailer. I don't know much about it besides the cast.
I think cast
has-
is good.
It has what like Pedro Pascal.
Yep. Mhm.
Mandalorian as Joel.
which I'm okay with.
He's gonna portray the role hopefully very well.
I think so. I think very close.
Like, if you've ever seen him do what's the show? Narcos. That's where he doesn't have a mask on. It's just his face, and he can get serious, you know.
Oh yeah, that's the thing was Mandalorian. He could pull off the mask thing, but like it wasn't necessary. Like he's not an actor where it's like he needs that crutch. It's just cool.
Yeah,
he's
that show
does
not showcase his spectrum, what he can do.
Yes, 100%.
A lot of other things can, and like the one he did with Nick Cage, as good and funny as it was.
I haven't seen it, but
it doesn't give you his range. It just gives you one little spurt of like jokiness. You know,
I'm a fan for sure of his. Because he's also gonna be in a lot of stuff coming up. That's just how it's gonna be. He's riding that wave, getting that money.
Yeah, like when he was the first thing I think we all saw him in was Game of Thrones as like the Viper, and it was such a short-lived role. Spoiler. We were like, you didn't know if is this guy gonna act some more because he's doing a really good job right here, and it's awesome that he did.
Yeah.
That's
why I'm excited for that one. I'm not necessarily didn't play Last of Us, watched a little bit of it. I did watch like a playthrough, and I enjoyed the story.
The first one, the story is so good.
I know the whole story, so I mean I'm not gonna play it for that reason.
If you just want to watch it, go ahead.
I did, and it was I liked it for that. I was like, holy like this is a good story to a game where there's some mundane like plot things, but everything has that, especially when a game is longer than a movie. It's gonna have a lot more to it that's just like normal, more grounded. Not everything needs to be a sport bubble. Movies, I expect a little more out of them. Movies, I expect the rhythm to be a little faster, kind of deal. That's why a lot of stuff's getting adapted to TV shows, and I think that's a good choice for that one.
Some people use it as like just like I can get away with doing
get the filler stuff.
I can get very little done here, and it's okay because they're just gonna stick around for another week. I'm like, come on, you got to do something.
I want a quick talk about. Are there any games that you don't know are in development for a movie that you'd want?
I do know, or I want it to get done right. The Metal Gear Solid game.
Ooh.
Like, no one really, unless you played the games, no one really knows or cares about that series. You know what I mean? Whereas like let's say you've never played Super Mario Bros. At least you could a little bit about the character and you're gonna like it. Like if you don't know Metal Gear Solid, you don't appreciate it. And it's the 3, 4, and 5, and maybe let's say Metal Gear Solid 1 as well. Like all outstanding games, great stories, cliffhanger things, good twists. It's all in there.
Lots of cardboard boxes.
A few cardboard boxes. You see, there's little things like that, like Easter eggs you can put in the movie that you wouldn't want to do. That's a real 100%. Thing. You wouldn't want him to stealthily around in a cardboard box.
Someone would be like,
have it like he falls in a cardboard box, and that's the little tip of the hat.
There's a dialogue where, what do you expect us to walk around in a cardboard box? Like something stupid,
something like that. You could say it, but don't do it. Yeah.
Yes.
And they had Oscar Isaac as their casting role. I'm like, that ain't bad.
Yeah, it's not.
It ain't David Hayter,
in my opinion, but like,
it's something. Just like what they did with Pedro Pascal. It's just like the man can act. He might not be perfect for the role, but at least he's going to hit the notes.
Oh yeah, and I think sometimes the safe bet is just if they can do no wrong right now, that might actually be.
That's the thing. You're going to want a guy who can stick around for at least a decade to get to see a series through. You know?
Yeah, they're banking on a lot of that. Like everything's trying to be an MCU type deal where it's, guess what? We're doing a James Bond now where you're going to be around for way longer.
Who's next?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a whole thing. That's a James Bond video game. Like,
yeah.
it wasn't a video game obviously first, but
No,
like
but
holy cow, that was a great
it became a pretty
transition back
big
and forth.
franchise thing.
Yeah, it
And they're
didn't
bringing back
turn
GoldenEye.
out great.
They're like, yeah,
Yeah, I heard
GoldenEye's
that.
pretty cool. Let's bring it back.
Hey, deal with it. I
Heck
will
yeah,
always.
slappers only.
They did Halo. I didn't watch it. I heard mixed reviews.
Same.
Um,
I'm not a Halo.
yeah, I was gonna
aficionado
say.
either. Yeah.
I know
Doom
I
had
moderately
the suspense and the hardcore alienness of it, whereas Halo was more just like dreading, like, the Earth's gonna end. It's just like there was no like survivability. It was just kind of like, I guess we better fight for all humanity. Halo, you know what I mean? Whereas Doom was like, oh my god, there's an alien in the ship. We're not gonna make it.
100 bajillion % be a Gears of War fanboy. That is what I want. Because even if you haven't played it,
I haven't played it. I've only played 1 and 2, and there's a lot of story I don't know.
Oh yeah, the thing is, the story is very mundane and normal. It's oh man, there's an underground race of shit that comes
there's
up.
Some creepy things underneath there. Yeah,
which would be awesome. Also, chainsaw guns. Think of all the big boy actors that could be in this.
Dude, thick. They all dumb thick. Yeah.
And Batista already is in one of the games.
Kind of done.
Oh, I know he's kind of.
He doesn't even want to play Drax anymore. He's just like Bruce Campbell. They just kind of like realized.
I don't think he begged for it or anything, but he wanted to be in the game. So I think it would be a passion thing for him. Because there's a model of him. There's a couple WWE wrestlers who are in the games because they're big fans of it too. You could get a whole slew of just like these ridiculously big guys for no reason that normally there's only one of these guys in a movie because that's all you need is just one. Hey, that's the big dopey guy. That's like whatever. This is a whole cast of meatheads where it's like make them care about the story. Like there's a part in the second one where this guy that's the comic relief in the first one, he shows up in the second one and he literally like shoots himself. He's like, I'm done with this. And you go, oh my God. Like the guy who was like making jokes and shit and like bringing us along, he was like, I'm done. Like he got tortured and a bunch of stuff. Like that is the story I want to see just because it would be, I'm not necessarily I may appear like it to some people, but I'm not a hyper masculine person by any means. Like I'm not like, ooh, blood, gore, ooh, violence. Like, but like that
game did it though.
That game does it, and that's all I've ever needed because
like the song Mad World because we're gonna do a rendition of it.
100% they could do that again where they go
do it again.
Oh yeah, but the amount of times I cared about a video game character's death, I was like, damn it, like why do I care? And that game did it great.
Same thing about Metal Gear Solid. Like it makes you feel for these characters even when they're evil. 100%. And you've spent your entire 14 hours trying to get to this one bad guy. You're like, damn, I kind of feel for him now.
I think both those would be my top 2 picks, honestly, because I already think there's enough people that would want to do.
Has there been any talk about?
I think so.
Gears of War.
I think so, because yet again,
I just thought of one. The Borderlands.
Ooh, that would be really cool.
That. No, they're doing it, but like,
oh, they are.
Yeah, they're already doing. They already have the cast and everything. I don't even know if they filmed anything. Though, is the sad thing.
That's one too, where like there's a cast of people you can be, but since there's so many of them, they wouldn't necessarily need to be specific characters. From the game.
There's so many different personalities. It seems like it's just going to be stepping on top of each other, kind of like the Suicide Squad movies. It's just kind of like there's not a lot to love.
Is it a show or is it a movie?
You're just kind of there for the ride.
Because if that's a show, I could see.
It's a movie.
Yeah, see the show, I would get behind more. The movie's
you'd have more time. You could do like Walking Dead
episodes
style,
where
where
there's only
this week is just these 2 characters, and you build off them. That'd probably be a better idea as a show. You should have told them that before they made this movie, dude.
I keep coming up with weird ideas that become reality, or I'll be like, this thing, it's gonna be a big deal, I swear, and then everyone goes, damn it, Justin was right, or Justin brought up that weird shit.
Yeah.
Like the Mario thing, I didn't realize I even brought that up. And you're like, yeah, I already went through this with you. And I'm like, oh, okay.
No, like it happened a long time ago, and then it became a thing more relevant lately. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the trailer.
I am excited for a few of them. I also, like I said, Gears of War is mine where I'm like, it would it could be horror, comedy, action.
Just do it just kind of like how they did with Doom. But I think they have to get the noir of it in there a lot more.
So
get the filters right set up, you know?
Yep.
I think like kind of like what's that world? Like Underworld.
Yes.
Like
Underworld.
Hellboy. Like
Sin City,
Van Helsing, Sin City, like movies like
maybe
that.
Not
they had
full on
certain,
black and white, but yeah.
The movie 300, they all had a little filter over them that really made it that
the Zack Snyder type filter.
Yes, and it helps.
Yeah, and really that's the thing is the story would not be anything I could care about. Like it could be whatever, and no one would be like, they didn't do it true to the thing. It's like I don't think anyone would give a shit.
You can set it up wherever. Yeah,
because yet again, it was always like, oh man, the good guys go to the end and they beat up all the bad guys, but guess what? The war's not even close to over. Like every time it was like victory for the good guys at the end, and the next game just starts with, oh, guess what? We're losing even more.
You're not even close.
I want to say by like the third or fourth game, oh, just so you know, like all of humanity lives on boats now because they've been run off the land. Like it's so bad.
Ooch.
Like it just each time it gets progressively worse. We're like, yeah, we're screwed. Like we are not going to win this war.
I don't even know what they're called. Like those weird spider octopus things that come out of the ground.
Oh,
what do you call them?
I don't remember half of them. I know just they're all called the locusts.
The Lokis?
Yeah, the locust. And the Lokis. And they're all basically derived from bug creatures of some kind. And they're just gnarly, weird looking. And then they have a queen, which it just looks like a human. And I don't remember the full backstory on her, if she was human and then like she became their leader, or if she just was manifested to look
Queen
like
Maida?
that. But correct. She's a whole deal. Like I don't even remember because like I haven't played these games for a while. I played the fourth or fifth one recently. We were talking about it on a previous podcast where that was one of those I was amazing at, and now I play it and I'm like, oh no, I'm not the same. I'm not the same as I used to be.
The pace changes in games from over the years.
Oh, that too. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm excited. I see big things coming. I'd love to do a follow-up as far as like maybe not this month, but sometime once the movie comes out, the Mario one.
I don't know when it's coming out.
I don't know either. Let's inform everyone.
December 21st.
Really quick, go ahead, check out our link tree. It's in the bio of all our stuff. A follow-up of some kind. 21st. I'm just thinking
December
about that in my plans
this year. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's one where I'll probably actually see it. There's a lot of them I just wait on. That one might be Nintendo. You might have done it. I don't know. We're about to see. If I hear it's abysmal, I could wait though. Like if I absolutely hear that it's just not worth the watch, I can.
I mean, I had to go in, like Detective Pikachu. I ended up not liking it, but I had to give it a shot. I had to see it with my own eyes to realize I didn't like it.
I mean, the Mr. Mime was really creepy. That was another one. That
wasn't my fault. Like the fault. It was just kind of like the Ryan Reynolds aspect of it. I'm like, this is not the Pikachu I know and love. The Pikachu I know and love barely spoke English.
The directors and production and producers, all that, they saw Pokemon, saw Pikachu, and just went, eh. There was a Detective Pikachu game. I don't know how close to that it actually was.
I don't know.
But yeah, they just went the wrong route. They should have had it be where, hey, kid leaves, goes on an adventure, gets Pokemon that don't talk to him. Like
fights an alien Pokemon. Another alien Pokemon comes and saves the day.
They just could have.
The pet dog, aka Pikachu, is in threat.
You could do the ET thing where it's like, oh, cool, it's the buddy movie where you have kid buddy character that's like not human and then cool. Like you go, hey Pikachu, we're gonna hang out for like half the movie. We're gonna watch TV and it's gonna like learn shit. And you go, ha ha ha, that's so fun. This is funny. And then something serious shows up finally.
I don't think
Like
there was
that's a
any
movie they
like
should.
Pokemon combat in that film. Was the sad thing too.
That's upsetting.
I feel like there was even like there was an arena. I was like, here we go. We're gonna see some trainers and Pokemon fight. I don't think it really even shaped up to anything spectacular, sadly.
Well, and you didn't even have to do. You didn't have to be Ash. You didn't have to be the trainer Red or
No,
whatever.
I
any of
wasn't
the
mad
main
about
characters
that.
are, like,
I was mad what they did to
No.
Pikachu, you know?
Yeah.
Which was hardly anything.
They had Ryan Reynolds voice it, which yet again, the man can do wrong, which is the misconception there. Is
Nice.
I love him, but like he can mess up. He can not hit the note, and I think that was the time that it was like he's a big personality, and you can't put a big personality into Pikachu.
Into a tiny mouse rat.
Yeah.
Oh.
His performance was pretty electric to me. Anyways, guys, we'll see you later. I'm gonna go. What should I do?
What are you gonna do?
I'm actually gonna download a game for the Nintendo Switch,
Okay.
and they're gonna know all about it by this time. But in retrospect,
Yeah.
new Mario game's coming out, and it's like a strategy
Ooh,
game, so I'm
our game.
downloading that. Yeah, it's do you know the Rabbids?
No.
The weird like rabbit things. Trust me,
Nope.
I don't even know what it is, but I played the first version of this game, like the first iteration, and it was pretty cool. Did you ever play XCOM? Or
No.
it's like turn-based. You move your little dudes, you set them up, and they fight, kind of thing.
Nope.
In
Like
my opinion.
what do you call it? Risk?
But
Or is it,
what was that?
is it like Risk?
It's
That's what you do in Risk.
no, it's kind of like that, but like it's more combat centric. Like you go be like, hey, go on that barrier, post up and face this direction, and if anybody walks in that line of sight,
Yeah.
they'll like attack them, kind of deal. So I mean, I
Then
guess
it's like the D&D game I play. I forget what it's called.
I'm not sure.
Empire Sin?
I would assume so. I'm not 100%.
It's a 1920s version of that, of your alien XCOM game.
Yes, then 100%. And then this one's just a Mario one where there's little rabbit guys, and it's totally a game where I'm like, kids can't comprehend this, or if they do, they're superhuman, and they're trying to make just like a whole generation be strategists on like a high level. And it's like, okay, cool. If this, it just feels like a weird game demographically. Like, who is this game for? I think it's for people like me that are like, fuck it, throw Mario on it. I'll play it. I don't care. So I'm gonna do that.